a group, Dr. Gabby in Ohio, and she was concerned about infant mortality.
Okay.
And she did some research to try to figure out, why is it that one zip code can have an infant mortality rate that's 2 or 3 times as high as the zip code right next door. It's like you cross the street and you've got a reduced chance of being healthy as a mom or as a baby. So she started doing some research, and they found out some surprising things. Everybody thought that it was probably based on medical issues. So there were initiatives around the country for people to get car seats put in place and teach people how to help their babies sleep safer and things like that. So they implemented those structures, didn't change a thing. The infant mortality was still the same.
Wow.
So they went a little deeper, and they found out there were some non-medical reasons why babies weren't surviving. And some of them were a little bit surprising. Things like anxiety, where if there's food scarcity and the mom, the expectant mother, doesn't know where her next meal's coming from, had a tremendous impact on infant mortality. So Dr. Gabby decided to try something different. So she set up a group. They got funding where mothers that were expecting would come together, and they would teach them things that all mothers should know, but they would also help reduce the anxieties in their life. And they would give them friends and people that they could be close to. So they took care of food security. They met twice a week, which our program does as well. And there's a hot meal that's prepared for not only the mom, but if she has other kids, she can bring them. And then there'll be instructions on how to be a good mom and how to take care of your baby, smoking and substances and all the things you'd expect us to talk about. And then she can leave with a bag of groceries and a card to go to the grocery store to get more food if she needs it. We would help them find housing. We'd make sure she was connected with competent medical professionals. And if she didn't have transportation, we would provide the transportation for her, not only to our meetings, but also to the doctor. So this program just dropped infant mortality dramatically. I mean, it was incredible how many babies were saved because of that. So we found out about this, and we decided to give it a try, to take Dr. Gabby's program and try to implement it in another zip code that was having challenges like that. And we chose a zip code in Memphis, Tennessee to start out. And that's been going for about 1.5 years.
Okay.
And it's been just terrific. It's just tremendous. We'd like to have more people come, but the ones that have come have it's worked out great for them. No question about it.
Dr. Gabby is from where exactly?
Ohio.
Okay, thank you. She's a Buckeye. SEC country. I do apologize.
Right.
We're big on football. I'm glad that you brought out some of those contributing factors, such as the anxiety that a mother, the mother faces, transportation, food disparities, not having the right relational connections to understanding the joy of what true parenthood is.
Exactly right. Becoming a mother is a joy that not everybody appreciates.
Correct.
And if you're a single mom with inadequate resources and you've got this pressure coming at you and you don't, it really helps have somebody share with you, this is a really good thing. You're going to be so glad you're doing this.
And a lot of times when we look at, and this might be another contributing factor in those zip codes where parenting has been a challenge. You could be third generation parent with so many challenges that all you've seen for 2 to 3 generations is the hardship of parenting rather than the hand of God being on that situation, excuse me, to help you become and manage parenthood, because parenting it's not easy.
Right.
Even God, listen, our Heavenly Father, I know He looks at us sometimes and like, oh Lord,
Yes.
Old self. He gonna say, oh Lord. I guess He says, old self. But that's a great thing that you have going on in the city of Memphis, Shelby County.
That's right.
And now that you brought it to Nashville.
Right. So now we're expanding it, and we've selected a zip code right here in Nashville, and we just chose it based on infant mortality.
Okay.
So in this particular zip code, it has infant mortality 2 to 3 times as high.
37208.
That's the one.
Yes.
Right? And I know 37208 has gotten a lot of attention.
Yeah.
Right. There's the 37208 committee, right?
Right.
Because there are lots of issues there, and a lot of great work has been done by other organizations, and we just want to join hands with them.
Okay.
And be part of that. So our program is going to be announced at a rally this Saturday.
Okay.
At your church.
Wonderful. 1506.
1506.
22nd Avenue North, Nashville, Tennessee. Yes.
And 10 o'clock. It's from 10 to 11.
Okay.
And we'll have some of our partners there to speak, and others that'll be there to attend. And the group of people that have come together on this has been just so impressive. So it's an interfaith group. They're churches, healthcare organizations, the governor's office. They'll be speaking, and everybody's in favor of helping babies.
Everybody's in favor, and I'm grateful that you and I and the other organizations can partner to bring awareness, first of all, because I've never really thought about infant mortality in the zip code or really abroad. I mean, we talk about pro-choice, pro-life in that regard, and of course, those individuals stand on both sides of the fence.
Sure.
But when you decide to rear and raise a child or children, there comes with that rearing and raising some challenges and obstacles and also opportunities. And I'm grateful. Dr. Who again?
Gabby.
Yes. Put together this program, and the church has embraced it. Not my church, but just the Universal Church.
We're all together. Yeah. We're all partners.
Right. The Universal Church. Right.
Yes.
The Universal Church. So I'm grateful for the partnership. Speaking of the Universal Church.
Yes.
Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints.
Yes.
Hey, welcome to the Baptist world.
Well, thank you. It is, isn't it? When we first moved here, my real estate agent asked me, well, where'd you go to school? And I said, BYU. And she said, oh, well, you'll find this a very accepting community. I thought, what does that mean? Up until then, I wasn't nervous, and I'm not nervous now.
Correct.
It is an accepting community. It's good. So, but we've got, a very large community of members of the church here, and I just love Tennessee because
it's a place to love. It's a place to love.
We lived in California for a while. Beautiful place, great weather, love the beaches, all of that. But you're never going to find a waiter that looks at your credit card and said, "God bless you, Westovers." That does not happen in California.
That doesn't happen. Huh?
No, that does not happen, and it happens here all the time.
Listen,
and I can't tell you how many Uber drivers have invited us out to their church.
Wow, wonderful.
Which I think is fantastic. Everybody should be going to some church of some kind.
Yes.
Or synagogue, and the world is just a better place when everybody's thinking that way.
You're so right. And to all the Californians who are moving this way, you have to be baptized into Tennessee hospitality.
Yes, sir.
Upon your arrival. So we want everybody to know who's coming from the West, the Midwest, the North, or the South. When you come to Tennessee, there's a certain level of hospitality that is demonstrated here that you get nowhere else.
It's true.
And I'm grateful that you recognize that,
I do.
my friend.
Yes.
I
asked a lady who was cutting my hair one day, like, how did this happen? And she said, I guess that's just the way our mamas raised us.
Wonderful.
And I think that's the right answer. That's what happened.
And we got some, and going back to infant immortality.
Yes.
You know, when you put people in the right environment,
right,
and give the human body, the system, a chance to be healthy and productive,
yeah,
you can expect that from the people who were reared and raised in that environment. Of course, when you take people out of that environment, or you don't give them those same opportunities to be healthy, then the adverse things happen. I will share a historical lesson that I learned. I didn't experience it. They said Adolf Hitler had a group study, a case study, where he gave children the love, the infants early, and then he did a case study of keeping children, newborns, in the dark. And as some of the babies actually died because there was no nurturing there.
Yeah.
And then they followed the pattern of those babies who were kept in the loving and light versus those in the dark, and they saw a totally different response to human contact and human need.
I so believe that. We have some good friends that have adopted some children from Russia, and during the Soviet time period, I'm not sure where the babies all came from, but they were orphans, and they would have these large nurseries with orphan babies. And she said you'd walk into the room and it was eerie because the babies didn't cry, because they learned that it didn't matter if they did. No one was coming.
Wow.
And so she adopted half a dozen of them or so. And it's just so hard on children that have been raised in a sterile, non-comforting human environment like that to be okay. Right. And those kids struggled a little bit, even though she loved them and took great care of them. It's tough. You know,
it is tough.
They really need to be loved from the beginning. So that's one of the great things about our program, which is called My Baby for Me. And because we're going to talk to the moms about what it's like to be a mom and what it's like to raise healthy, happy children, and how can you stay healthy and happy as well.
Which is a part of our mental health.
It's so important.
It's so important. If a mother, parenting, or parents have so many disadvantages on the front end, you do not provide those young, impressionable lives with the advantages of being just human.
Yes.
And when you miss out on that, you just miss out on that.
Yes.
We both believe in the authority of Scripture. Jesus Christ said, "I came to give life and life more abundantly." So we want those mothers and parents to have an abundant life and make sure their children are given the opportunity to survive and be successful. Let's go back to Mary and Jesus and the manger. She would have been a product of this program, you know. Just
she would have. That's true. You're right.
She would have been a product of this program,
yes.
And because of the things the environment, she had everything she needed to birth a child in a place that was stable.
Yes.
Not only in the stable, we quote unquote, but that was stable.
Yes.
So I'm grateful for the program and the partnership. Now,
and then God provided wise men with financial support.
That's right.
And she needed that.
She needed that.
There was a gap there.
Right.
You know,
was a gap.
There was nutrition concerns there, and God filled that role for her. And what a blessing!
What a blessing!
And prepared them for their sojourn into Egypt.
That's right. That's right. Well, she got more support. Probably.
That's right.
Yeah.
And in a way, that's kind of what we're doing here. You know, we're showing up right at the right time when you need the help, and we're going to be there for you.
The name of that program again?
My Baby for Me.
My Baby for Me. See,
It's new. It's new here. Yes.
Did you ever live in Shelby County or Memphis area?
No.
Okay, so you don't know how it works in that area. Okay, other than what you've heard, and okay, and the zip code down there. I actually have a person going to Memphis tomorrow to preach.
Oh,
and
really?
Share. So I will be asking a pastor or two down there if they're even connected with My Baby for Me.
Yes, that would be great.
To strengthen the relationships in that area.
Our local partner in Memphis is the NAACP, So our meetings are at their facility, and we partnered with them. We built a kitchen there, and so we could cook the meals for the ladies that attend. And here in Nashville, our primary partner is Catholic Charities.
Yeah.
And we'll be meeting at the Magruder Center starting on February 12th.
And those meetings will be monthly, do you know?
We have them twice a week.
Oh, okay.
So they're on Mondays and Thursdays. Okay. And then once a month we'll also have a Saturday meeting for people that are working and can't make it during the week.
And this is for the My Baby for Me.
That's right. That's My Baby for Me right here at the Magruder Center.
Okay, in Nashville. Okay, the Magruder Center.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Switching gears, and we are almost out of time.
Oh my goodness, that was fast.
It goes fast, doesn't
it?
And Brother Bishop, what do we get to call you?
Just Brother Westover is fine.
Brother Westover.
Yes.
He's going out of town, y'all, to do something that will foster a great celebration in the life of his family. I just want him to take a minute to talk about, if he can, share the joy of having his grandson become a deacon.
Yes, it's very exciting. In our church, we have a lay ministry, and you become a member of the priesthood at age 12. So my grandson's turning 12.
Okay.
So we're going to be ordaining him to be a deacon, and their responsibilities are 12-year-old level, right? But it's a good place to start.
Right.
And they will pass the sacrament, is what we call communion, and he will do that, and he'll be there to help out, set up chairs, and do things like that. And then as he gets older, every 2 years he'll get increasing responsibilities, and he'll be ordained to a different office in that priesthood.
All right. So after the deacon,
then the next level would be a teacher.
Okay.
And then the next level would be a priest.
Okay.
And the priest will bless the sacrament on Sundays, and priests are also able to baptize, so they have the authority to baptize, and which is very important, as you know, right?
Yes,
Except
sir.
a man be born of the water and the Spirit, right?
Yeah,
so,
right.
And then the next level would be an elder,
okay,
and that usually comes right about the time you graduate from a high school, and then if you choose to, as an elder, you can go on a mission. And you might be called to serve anywhere in the world. So I was a missionary for 2 years in Colombia, South America.
Okay.
So I served in Bogota and Cartagena and different places
you got
there.
Some tropical weather.
Plenty of weather.
Some plenty of weather.
It rains like you can't believe. But what a great experience to just be dedicated full time for 2 years. You don't do anything except preach the gospel. And
that's all.
That's all. Nothing. No girlfriends, no dating, no television. You just preach the gospel. And it's fantastic.
Wow.
It just changes you. And when you come back, you're still only 20, 21, but you've had experiences that nobody else your age has had. And it's just wonderful.
In the fabric of the church, the Mormon church, is that a must that you do mission wherever you work?
No.
Okay.
You, if you want to serve, you actually fill out paperwork. Well, I guess it's online nowadays, and you submit it, and then in Salt Lake, one of the 12 apostles will actually look at where the needs are, and there are over 50,000 missionaries that are serving right now. So there are a lot of teenagers out there, right? And he'll pray, and he'll look at your picture and where the needs are and make an inspired choice where to send you.
Wonderful, wonderful. The 12 apostles, is that a seat for life, or
it is?
Okay.
Yes, they have those positions for life, and then the senior apostle will then become the president of the church when he passes away. Our current president is 99 years old.
Oh, whoa! Wow.
And very active. He was still skiing until a year or two ago, and he's a retired thoracic surgeon. So he's thoracic, like a heart surgeon.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and he became an apostle, and he's been an apostle forever. And now he's the president of the church. So that's how it works.
Okay. You moved us from deaconship to what was the next level?
Teacher, priest, elder, and then there's a few other.
You've been bishop.
I've been a bishop. That's right.
You've been a bishop.
I have.
Being a bishop, your responsibilities are what for somebody who wants clarification?
The bishops have a congregation. The ward I'm in right now has a bishop with 500 people in it.
Okay.
And he's responsible for everything that happens in that congregation. And he's got people that help him, counselors, and there lots of people have callings in the church. He's not paid for what he does. It's all volunteer work, and he's a great guy. He's a chief operating officer for an auto parts or for a parts manufacturer. Terrific guy, and I had a job while I was the bishop. But what a great experience to be able to minister to the members of your ward when people are sick or they have needs, if they're welfare needs, if they need financial support just to carry them over, through a tough time. We're there for them. We help them, raise their kids in a healthy Christian community, which our kids need so much, right?
Definitely.
You just can't trust them to the kids in the junior high. Right?
I taught junior high.
Okay.
So you talking about a war zone?
Oh my goodness!
Daily.
Yes. I've heard somebody say junior high was not designed in heaven.
No, it wasn't. Couldn't have been. No, the junior high like that. It was not designed in heaven. It was not. Now that you have served as bishop, you were a teacher as well, I suppose.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
You've been a priest.
Yep.
And was you ordained deacon?
Yeah, I was by my dad. My dad ordained me a deacon. Wow. He was an elder at the time.
Is your son an elder?
I actually have 4 sons and a daughter.
Okay.
So, and yes, they're all elders. All 4 of my sons are.
Okay.
Yes.
So this grandson comes from the succession of one.
Yes, that's right. And his dad will actually ordain him, but I'll be there. I'll get to share that experience.
You'll get to share
with
that
him.
experience.
Yes.
That's an awesome experience. Hopefully one day I will get to share that same experience.
Oh, I'm sure you will.
So to my daughter and my grandson who's out there listening, I cannot wait.
That's wonderful.
I cannot wait to ordain him in Christian faith and Christendom. It's meant so much to me and my family. I can actually trace my roots back as far as we possibly can to my great-great-grandmother who was reared and raised somehow in a Baptist setting. And my great-grandmother, I knew her personally. She was born in 1890.
Wow. And you knew her. That's
I sat
wonderful.
on her lap for 7 years.
Wow.
I knew that. I tell people I know somebody that aged, and they're like, no, there's no way possible. Yeah. So hearing her life, her experiences were very, very, very puzzling at first. You grew up in an era where America was totally different. But and she would say things as she got older. It's like that don't make sense. But enjoyed it. I wish I could talk to her now to get some of that wisdom, because they were people who lived. Have a plethora of wisdom because of life experiences, and then for those who've learned and sharpened their intellectual tools, I love that as well. My grandmother's brother, he was a teacher at a Grambling State University, and he also went to Columbia Teacher College in New York back in the 50s. So we have a rich experience of just education and a plethora of experiences of people coming in and out of the house who always shared. So I'm grateful for that experience. Our time is up, Brother Sam. Oh my.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. I've enjoyed talking to you.
Yes.
You're just really charming and pleasant.
And we met through email, and I called him this morning. I was like, hey, like we're best buds. Hey pal, you owe me a interview. He's like, okay, Cornelius, come on. So I'm glad we had this time to share. Give a shout out again, or to the program that you're with, My Baby.
For me.
My Baby for Me. My Baby for Me.
Saturday, 10 o'clock at your church.
Ephesian Primitive Baptist Church, 1506 22nd Avenue North, Nashville, Tennessee.
Free diapers, free baby wipes,
Yes.
and get to learn more about the program.
Get to learn more. And the program, and you said moving forward, we will be at the Magruder Center.
That's right.
The Magruder Center. Well, hey, thank you. Y'all, we are out of talk. But no, we're not. I joke. We're out of time. We're not out of talk. Thank you for tuning in to the Yak, the Yolanda and Cornelius Show.
79.